All right, as we continue our study ball series on quarterback questions, things that we're looking at going into the 2023 season, I thought I'd take a look at the Cleveland Browns. This is one of those rosters that's sneaky good in the NFL. If they put everything together, and specifically if they get Deshaun Watson back to the Deshaun Watson that we saw a number of years ago in Houston, this team could sneak up in the AFC and be a contender because I think their roster is good enough with playmakers across the board and what they do well to compete in the AFC, even though the AFC is loaded. But a lot will fall on Deshaun Watson because last year we saw a lot of ups and downs, as we expected. Take a year off from playing football at the highest level, you don't expect it to be smooth. So I thought I'd dive into a game late in the season for Deshaun Watson and just kind of take a look at the strides that he made throughout the season and where he needs to improve or where he needs to get back to the Deshaun Watson of old if Cleveland is going to be able to contend in the AFC. All right, so we decided to take a look at the game against the Commanders late in the year. All right, so common play that we're going to see, what we call stick, out, stick with the double slant over to this side. All right, so I like the decision, okay, that we come out here and we know that we've got three underneath defenders to this side. So I like the idea of coming back here to the double slants because we've only got one defender over there. He gets back, he's set. Now, he's leaning a little bit forward. Some of the technique things got to continue to clean up, but ball should just be gone right now. Just let that ball go. You got this guy to hold inside. You're doing everything right here in terms of your read and your decision making. Just let the ball go on time. He's a little bit late with it, which allows the DB to chase it. Now we're going to have to throw it on the back shoulder. Leads to an incompletion. So something you're going to see, a little bit of rust, right? Timing is a little bit off, but I like the decision. Okay, so just a play that we call popcorn, pop, flat, corner to that side. On the back side, it's really just a choice route here and a go. So if he wanted to and he said, I got one-on-one back here, I could take it. But we get corner off here. I like this, okay? So we hope to lean on this defender and get a quick inside out on the outside defender right here. So here, outside defender does what? He stays tucked inside. We're actually getting man-to-man. It looks like they're playing some sort of cop man here. So this guy's trying to run through. So you see that. But you really see this guy fall back, and you say to yourself, I got leverage on the flat, like the decision, back foot in the ground, little bit wide on the throw. Okay, so see, he kind of rushes it. This is one of those that I'd like to see him not take quite as deep of a drop, get set a little quicker, because you see, technique again, his body is turning this way, kind of falling in this direction as he's trying to throw it up here. What normally happens when you do that is the ball goes with your body, so it's going to go wide left. He goes high and left right here, and he can't get it to his tight end. Although, again, I'm looking at not just the physical part of it, I'm looking at the mental part of it, because that's a big piece. You come off of this, do you see it? Are you seeing the right things? Liked his decision-making on the first two. Here we come off of the play action. Okay, so a little play action. This is kind of a tough concept. We're running a deep corner here. It's almost like the wasp that we saw the Chiefs run in the Super Bowl. So a big in, a big corner, and then we're going to chip this guy to the flat. So this is hard because we got to try to read this corner, and we got to see him jump this in before we have a chance to throw this one. But I also want to throw the in on time. So to me, it's a really tough concept to read out. But nonetheless, gets this guy to drop with a lot of depth. Good decision. Nice job sliding up. Being an athlete and getting it to the right guy. And even though he's throwing the check down, he's throwing the flat, we're going to pick up 12 yards because it's the right decision based on that outside linebacker. Okay, so another kind of interesting concept here. Hitch, inside fade, stick. So a lot of teams are running this on the backside. They're going to run like a skinny post. Okay, so We get the corner off over here. Okay, we can read this 1 to 2 off of this outside linebacker if we want. We get press man. We like to try to get this inside fade. And then the alert is a backside guy. Okay, this is my alert. If I get the right look, I got a corner off. I've got no safety involved back here. Then I can go back here and try to throw my skinny post off of that outside linebacker. Right here, he moves that safety, gets him to turn, knows that it's middle closed. There's the throw. There's the window back to the inside. Nice job right there. And again, just a touch late timing-wise, right? So his receiver is taking 3 or 4 steps inside here before the ball's there. Gives this guy a chance to drive. Okay, now I'm putting it on Deshaun Watson, but at the same time, this could be Njoku, who's basically running a 6-yard in or skinny over here, where I would expect this to be a little bit deeper. So maybe this is on the receiver for being too quick, but either way, ball's late, allows the defender to make a play on it. But again, I like the decision. I like what he's seeing in terms of seeing the field and getting the ball to the right guy. Okay, so corner route here. I'm going to fake outside and run a little angle back to this side. So that's the side Deshaun's looking at. So when we do that, we're reading this guy right here. As soon as we come out here and I got depth, only one defender, and this defender is going to the sideline, I got to anticipate and be ready right here, right there. Okay, one thing that Deshaun does a little bit too much for me is you watch, he's bouncing. Get back. Set your foot in the ground right now and get ready to throw the football. Okay, now the thing that could make this a little bit dicier is maybe this is a choice route. So maybe this guy has the ability to break out and to break in. That's really hard. That's why I'm not a huge fan of these choice routes that give you all kinds of different options, because the quarterback has to set somewhere. They got to look somewhere. So if they set to the outside and you break back to the inside, now I've got to react quickly, either with my arm or my feet, try to get lined up, and that leads to errant throw. So maybe that was the case here, as he's looking to go outside and all of a sudden his receiver comes back to the inside, fools him a little bit, but he ends up getting the throw knocked down right here when we've got a great opportunity to put it on our receiver and get a touchdown on this particular play. But a little bit with the timing, I'm going to go back. Actually, ball doesn't get knocked down. Obviously, he pulls it down. But I just want you to watch technique-wise. Okay, as he gets the ball, watch the bouncing. Bounce, right? We can't throw the ball when we're going up. We can only throw it when we're attached to the ground. And so any bounce that takes us up, it affects our throw to a degree. But right there, I just want you to see that too, right there. Okay, so his feet started to get set that way. That's what makes me think possible choice, breaking out. Now all of a sudden, receiver breaks back to the inside. He's got to try to quickly readjust his feet and be on time to that throw. Maybe got fooled a little bit there, but I'd like to see him avoid that bouncing, because anytime we're bouncing, we're up in the air, we don't have the ability to make a throw. Okay, this concept back here, okay, just kind of like an otter concept. The back, running the quick out. Over the top, we're running the corner. And then we come back to the front side, this coming, this, and this. So kind of a pure progression. But what I want you to notice over to this side is only one defender over there, okay, one defender. I'd like to see the back get a little bit wider to try to get to his outside number so he could turn him. But nonetheless, one defender over there. Stay over there. Stay over there. As soon as that defender turns his hips right here, throw it to the back pylon. Okay, because we got a 2-on-1. We've got the option that we want back there. Got a chance to make that throw. Again, see the bouncing? Bounce, bounce, bounce. Now he's trying to work back. But again, get on the move. Try to make a play. But just a little bit off in terms of technique, a little bit off in terms of timing with a number of these different throws was really what stuck out to me about this tape. Okay, so a couple things here. All right, so they've got a play where they're going, faking this jet sweep. So they got double hooks, and on the backside, they're going to run a slant and a flat. Okay, so what am I looking at as a quarterback? Okay, first thing I'm looking at, if I'm looking up top, I'm looking to see if this corner's off. If this corner's off, I feel pretty good because, once again, I've got 1, 2, 3 receivers against 1, 2 defenders. So I could go up to the top. I don't mind if he thinks this is a middle closed look. I don't mind him coming down here because then we would have one-on-one. We feel pretty good about the one-on-one to the outside. Now, my only problem on this play is it looks like the safety here is rolling to cover 2. When that safety rolls to cover 2, this guy can be more aggressive, and that guy likes to sit hard inside. So if I see that safety sitting back to the inside, I see that safety sitting high and playing over the top, I don't really like this particular concept because I'm worried about leverage over there, and that guy can be a little bit more aggressive. So you see it right here. He's more aggressive. What's he do? He drops to the inside. Drops to the inside. I can't ever get back to the inside on this particular play. Where up top, what do I have? I have off coverage. So if I have off coverage and then I see this guy chasing the bubble, I know this is a steal right now to the top. Going to that off coverage, an off coverage type throw versus a press throw, right? He's going, I have no problem with his thought saying if we can get inside and we can get this guy's chasing man, we got a shot. I get it. I understand it. This is just the one tell that says that's going to be a little bit harder with a safety up over the top because that guy knows I don't have to worry about what goes outside of me. I've got help. I can plant hard to the inside, and then I got the perfect look up top with the off coverage, being able to decipher all that, and there's the easy steal throw to the front side if he goes there. Instead, having to run around and try to be an athlete again. Okay, like the concept here, so it's what we call an under concept. Okay, so it's something down the middle. We've got an under on the outside, and we've got an in coming up over the top of it. Okay, we like this against a cover 2 look, which is what they're running back to. Okay, so cover 2 look, what am I looking at? First thing I'm going to look at, see what this guy down the middle does. He's turning and running. Okay, great. Now I've got a high-low off of this defender right now. What does that defender do? Okay, what does that defender do? Now, first thing I'm looking at is he's walked up here. So with him being walked up there and this off coverage outside, I'm coming back and saying, I'm taking this right now. I'm going back and I'm taking the under right now because it's stealing, okay? Once I see rotation to cover 2, that's my thought process. If this guy goes running hard and fast through it, then I recover right to that in over the top of it. But the initial look, boom, right there. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go right there. Now it breaks down quickly, leads to a sack. I understand the second level timing of this is really, really hard, but had that throw right now initially, and again, a big part of this is pre-snap. What do I see pre-snap? Possible pressure, but I've got off coverage. That's my quick throw. Be ready to take it. Oh, even though they run out of it, still huge window because this guy can't get out there. Get back. Be ready to know where you want to go with the football. Get the ball out of your hands. Still see some of that special athleticism. Being able to get away from something right there. Gets a throwaway there, but avoids a sack. Okay, so here's another play. Okay, similar to what, got a deep corner. We've got a deep out, and then we've got the check flat. Just the different levels back here. Okay, so good read. Okay, read the deepest defender. Don't have the deep one. Then I'm going to read the flat defender, the guy that comes off. Don't have the next one because he's deep. Get it to your check down right now. Great job, good timing, good vision, seeing it and getting it out quick. Good accurate throw. Again, turn the corner, pick up a nice 7-yard gain. All right, so in the beginning part of this game, you're seeing him off just a little bit off with his reads, a little bit late with his timing, the technique, feet moving a little bit fast, and some balls getting away from him. So we'll see if that holds true. This is one of the later games, so you want to see him improve on some of those things. We wanted to see him get into more of a rhythm as the season went along and as games go along. So that's what we saw kind of in the early stages of the tape. The next session, we'll go back to the later section of this tape, and we'll see if we saw some improvement throughout the course of the game.